My name's Ren. I'm 20 years old. This is my partner Hayden, he's 22. I'm a trans man, so I go by he, him pronouns. When I was growing up, I went to an all-girls school for most of my life until the last year of high school where I transferred to a co-ed school. Needless to say, that wasn't particularly easy. First my sexuality and then my gender, which happened in the last couple of years of high school. I came out as trans to my whole year, who was really good about it, especially considering it was a super Anglican school. A couple of younger students who I knew quite well when I was at high school have recently come out as trans as well, and they've received a lot more support than I did, and I'm very happy to see the school moving in that direction. When I was 14 years old, I had a really shocking case of anorexia. I was in hospital for about 3 months. This might have been because I was going through puberty and the changes that were happening to my body I just was not internally okay with, and that lasted for about 3 years before I recovered when I was just about to go into year 12, which was also the time that I came out to my mom, and she was really supportive about it. My dad didn't really super understand it when I came out to him, and it sort of took taking him to my psychiatrist to be like, this is a real thing, this is actually happening to me. It's not something I'm making up, sort of.
When I first met Ren, I was under the impression that Ren was a cis girl. It wasn't until like a good few months later that Ren told me that he was genderqueer or gender fluid or gender non-binary, and just kind of, you know, seeing how he felt about his gender and all that.
I came out during our relationship, and he's been just the best about everything. Yeah, we sort of figured out together that I was not genderqueer, that I was in fact trans male. And then to Hayden's mom, that was like a long process, and it wasn't easy at all, but it came around eventually, and it sorted itself out, and it's good now. Hayden's straight up realized that I'm an incredibly independent person, and I was going to do whatever I wanted anyway, so he was like, just do whatever you want and see how that rolls out for you.
So it wasn't really a big deal, it wasn't a big change. It wasn't like I was, you know, dating someone who was super feminine and then, you know, the next day went through an operation and came out super masculine or anything. It's just kind of like, today Ren's decided to wear Doc Martens instead of Converse. Like, ooh, big deal.
I feel like other people going through the same thing that I've gone through need to know that there is somebody out there that's been through it and has come out the other end okay, and it's not just like a life sentence, really.
I guess, you know, don't be afraid of your sexuality. Don't be ashamed if, you know, if you feel like you're suddenly queer because you're dating someone of the same gender, or suddenly straight because you're dating someone who's of a different gender. But also don't be ashamed, I guess, if you can't do that. Obviously, it doesn't have to be said that trans people are just like you and I, except that they're trans, you know. They're people, and they're, you know, good and bad just like we are. And, you know, it's no excuse to be a bigot or to not be one.